This is 4 of 7 of our tour of Campbell County. We're on the Egg and Butter Road. We just came from Bruce's Gap Road, and now we're on the Butter and Egg Road. We came under the interstate near Caryville. In fact, we were in Caryville. But the three communities of Caryville, Jacksboro, and La Follette are from one to the other. You go from one community to the other community. To do Campbell County, a video of the area would take years to do. So what I'm going to do, because people have expressed the opinion that they enjoy these videos of the area, so what I'm going to do is when I get a chance, I'll try to do as many as I possibly can. And you can share them with your friends or send them to some of the people who have moved away from the area that like to see the area. This is a beautiful drive from Caryville up to the point to where you cut into Jacksboro on the Butter and Egg Road. Off to the left, it's fairly close to the Cumberland Mountains, and the Cumberland Trail goes from, as we came by on that third video, we came by the trailhead, that portion of the trailhead where if you were going to follow the trail to Tank Springs in La Follette, which is approximately 11 miles. And in case you've missed that portion of my videos, I'll mention that trail again, the Cumberland Trail. On a scale of 1 to 5, some people consider that that trail is a 5. It's 5 on the scale. We continue on Butter and Egg Road, headed toward Jacksboro, where we'll come back out on the road on Highway 25, and we'll turn left. Some of the area that you will see in this series of videos you've experienced in other videos that I did. But once you start doing these videos, rather than just to jump around, I'd rather to turn my camera on and let it go without any hesitation other than between the series of videos to YouTube, and to do them that way rather than to make the video too long. I'll break them up into different segments, and that's what I'm doing. When I started this series of videos, now we're going to turn right. And this is Eagle Bluff Road. Eagle Bluff Road. We're in the city of Jacksboro. We will shortly come out on the Highway 25. We'll turn left. We'll be going more or less to the east. It's a beautiful day, and I recorded this on the 14th of August 2018. Off in the distance is where Jacksboro Courthouse and the city of Jacksboro is located. Highway 25 has a lot of traffic. It's one of the heaviest traveled roads in the state of Tennessee. If you go to the right, we would go back down to Caryville and Interstate 75. But we'll be turning left. I don't have a lot to say because if I come across something that just kind of proves to be something kind of interesting to share, I will. Other than that, basically what I'm doing with these videos is the scenery more than anything else. This is Highway 25. I was going to put music behind the video, but I really don't like to watch videos that have music, especially if it's scenery. I'd rather have someone talking or speaking to me about the area, and so that's what I decided to do on these videos. To the left is a shopping area. This series, or let's see, I don't need to say it that way. This part of Highway 25 becomes Central Avenue La Follette. Right now we're in Jacksboro, and I'll show you where we enter La Follette. But this highway has just about every fast food and businesses that you can find anywhere. You can see how pretty it is up there. You can see the mountain going up the valley. When we pass this area up here, I forget to look when I'm just out riding around, so I forget that right there, there's where you go, Highway 25W, Central Avenue La Follette. That's where you go from Jacksboro to La Follette. We always manage to have pretty weather when I go out to do these videos. A lot of times I don't plan it, it just happens that way. Not to get technical, but I finally figured out a way to where I could use my GoPro without running out of battery. So what I'm doing is, rather than use the battery from its own power source, I am using the power source from the automobile. So I don't have to worry about losing power to my GoPro. I'm using a 64 gig SD card, and everything will be recorded until we run out of SD card. And I did a video coming from North Carolina, and I think the 64 gig SD card would last like 4 hours. So I could literally drive my automobile for 4 hours in this area, and it would video each mile. So that's what I'm doing. But rather than to try to upload large files to YouTube, the GoPro will only create a certain size fault or a certain size file. So I more or less let YouTube determine the length of the file that I upload to YouTube. That may be more information that you really want. But when you're doing a long video like this, if you don't have a lot to say, you either just kind of stay quiet or jabber, as I'm doing now. But you can always turn the volume down if you don't want to listen to what I have to say. So we continue up Highway 25. We're getting ready to go across the CSX Railroad, and as soon as you cross as we cross the CSX on the bridge, if you turn immediately to the right, you will be at the Campbell County High School to the right. And they've been working on the road. At this point, I needed to get over. The traffic is so dense about this time during the day. If you get over into a lane, it's hard to get over, as you can see. But I really slowed my automobile down and pulled in behind this vehicle. And now I'm in the left-hand lane. There's one of the buses. Not a lot to say right here other than they're working on the highway. I guess they're clearing or building something. I don't know what they're doing. So rather than get it wrong, I'll just not say anything. Down here, if you cut right, if you were going out to North Lake, you would cut down this road at not Tank Springs. There's so many different communities and turns that a lot of times I forget. Oh Lord, it's one of those days. I can't get all of my directions straight, where I'm at and where I'm not at. Anyway, if you turned right back there, you would go out toward the lake. And video number 4 is getting ready to end. So our next video in the series will be 5 of 7.